I flew 34 hours over 2 weeks with one layover. And here are my top travel hacks. Let's go. Number 1, wear your bulkiest items. That's like your shoes, sweaters, coat, whatever it is that takes up the most room in your luggage on the plane. Not only will this save space in your suitcase, but then you can take those items off during the flight and just stuff them in your bag for the rest of your trip. Number 2, roll your clothes instead of folding them. Rolling your clothes not only saves space, but also reduces wrinkles. You know those annoying creases that always seem to happen when you fold your shirt and then you have to spend precious time on vacation trying to iron it out? Yeah, no more of that. If you're packing a dress or a pair of pants, roll them in tissue paper. It will keep them from getting wrinkled, and you can easily slide them out of the tissue paper once you get to your destination and hang them up. For socks and underwear, roll them into tight little balls. Not only does this save space, but it also keeps your clothes clean while you're traveling because you're not having to fold your clothes. Next, wear your belt. This is something I learned last minute after watching YouTube videos of people being stopped at TSA because their metal belts set off the alarm. Since the Transportation Security Administration requires that all electronics be placed in bins separate from your luggage, I recommend taking the power cord out of your wall charger and putting that through the belt loop of your pants. Then you can put your belt back on after the screening. Next, stick a few dryer sheets between your clothes. This is going to help prevent any unwanted smells from sticking around in your luggage. If you're flying with carry-on luggage only, try wearing a fanny pack under your jacket or blazer. It'll keep your passport, wallet, and phone close to your body and make it easy to grab them during the screening. A fanny pack also allows for easy access to your items without having to set your bag down somewhere. And if you're concerned about pickpockets, it's less obvious than a purse. Plus, with so many zippers, your stuff is really secure in there. Speaking of zippers, number 6, put an empty laundry bag inside of your suitcase. This way, you can use it for dirty clothes on the way back home. Number 7, pack your liquids in a Ziploc bag. If you're flying with carry-on luggage only, a clear Ziploc bag is going to keep all of your liquids in one place. And once you get to the airport security line, it's going to make it really easy to pull out all of your liquids at once, instead of having to dig through your bag and find them one by one. Next, bring a large empty water bottle. Airports and airplane water is free, so fill up your bottle before you board the plane. Then you'll have water readily available to you throughout your flight. And if you're on a long flight, consider bringing an extra empty water bottle with you. Many airlines will let you bring 2 on the plane. Fill these up after you go through customs and immigration when you land. Wear your most comfortable pants, and stretchy pants are best. I wore leggings on my flight to Europe, and then I had a pair of loose linen pants that I wore on my way back. Super comfy. Also, breathable fabrics like cotton and linen are great for long flights because they allow air to circulate and prevent sweat from getting trapped against your skin. And don't forget to loosen your belt and your shoes and socks. The cabin pressure on the plane makes your feet swell. So, if you've got those compression socks on and you're wearing tight shoes and tight pants, yeah, it's not going to feel good after 8 hours. And speaking of feeling uncomfortable, number 8, put your phone away and unplug. Don't work on your laptop unless you absolutely have to. Just enjoy the flight, play some games, read a book, watch a movie. Allow yourself to disconnect from everything for a little while. And number 10, use the flight time to get ahead of schedule. When you're on a long flight, it's a great opportunity to catch up on things that you need to do. So get ahead of schedule for your trip by organizing all of your documents, whether it's printing out copies of reservations or packing lists. You can also use the flight time to plan out your itinerary. You'll have all the information you need at your fingertips. Now that you've mastered long flights, let's talk about flight attire. First, wear an outfit that you can layer. Temperatures on planes can vary greatly, so it's important to be prepared for anything. It's also a good idea to wear breathable, comfortable clothing, especially on long flights. And I'm a big fan of cardigans because they're easy to throw on and take off. And if you get cold, you can always use that cardigan as a blanket. You should also consider wearing your most comfortable socks and shoes. It's worth investing in a good pair of comfortable walking shoes. They're going to come in handy when you're out exploring new cities. And if you want to add a little bit of style to your travel look, try a pair of sneakers with an outfit. They're practical, comfortable, and they can dress up an outfit. Another thing to consider is that airplanes can be very dry, So it's a good idea to wear lotion and maybe even bring along a lip balm and eye drops. And remember, sometimes the air conditioning on planes is just not strong enough and it gets a little stuffy. So I suggest bringing a moisturizing face mask along. It can be a lifesaver. Next, let's talk about how to pack light for a week-long trip. And I've got 3 tips to share with you. First, decide on a color scheme for your trip. This is going to make it really easy to mix and match your clothes and avoid packing things that you don't really need. Next, pack versatile clothing items. A lightweight jacket, for example, can be dressed up or down, and it can be used for warmth or as a layering piece. And finally, leave behind any clothing items that you can buy at your destination. There's nothing worse than lugging around heavy clothing items when you could just buy them at your destination. For example, if you're going to a warm weather location, leave your sweaters at home and buy a cheap cardigan when you get there. And if you're going to a cold place, buy some thermals. Next, let's talk about what you shouldn't be bringing with you on your trip. First, leave behind any unnecessary cords and chargers. If you're going on a week-long trip, do you really need to bring that laptop charger? Probably not. Next, leave behind any full-size toiletries. Most of the time, you're not going to use the full bottle anyway, and it just takes up valuable space in your luggage. Instead, pack travel-sized versions of the toiletries that you do need. And finally, leave behind anything that you can buy at your destination. Again, this is going to save you space in your luggage, and it's also a great way to support the local economy. Buy those shampoo and those charging cables when you get to your destination. Next, let's talk about how to save money in 2025. One way to save money is to pack a reusable water bottle. This is going to save you money on bottled water, which can be expensive, especially when you're traveling internationally. And it's also environmentally friendly. Another way to save money is to pack a snack. This is going to save you money on overpriced snacks that you might buy at the airport or on the plane. And it's also going to prevent you from getting hungry and impulsively ordering room service when you get to your hotel. And finally, save money by packing a small umbrella. Umbrellas can be expensive to buy at your destination, especially if you don't speak the language. So it's a good idea to pack one that you can use throughout your trip. Last but not least, let's talk about what's trending for 2025 budget travelers. First, there's a growing trend towards sustainable and eco-friendly travel. This means that travelers are looking for ways to reduce their impact on the environment while traveling. One way to do this is to pack a reusable shopping bag. Not only is this going to save you money on plastic bags, but it's also a great way to reduce your impact on the environment. Another trend that we're seeing is a move towards digital minimalism. This means that travelers are trying to disconnect from their devices and focus on being present in the moment. One way to do this is to pack a physical map instead of using your phone for navigation. It's a great way to disconnect from your phone and immerse yourself in the culture of your destination. Thanks for watching and safe travels!